is worth 1,000 words. You heard that before. Then you wonder, well, these brothers with these white women. I'm saying, yeah. If he saw a brown, black breast of a black woman, maybe his whole life would have changed with one titty. It's all emotional, you see. And I can't correct all your emotional problems. I'm just saying you gotta be stubborn. You gotta say, I'm no longer gonna let some factory control my life. I'm gonna control my own life. I'm getting off of this white sugar. I'm getting off this dyed white sugar called brown sugar. I'm getting off of it. And let me say, the only thing I know that can help me has to be a plant. A plant hurt me, a plant can help me. See? So I gotta turn to a plant. Let me see. What's a good plant? Bilberry. They made a movie about bilberry and they call it huckleberry leaves. It's called Huckleberry Finn. Named after a plant. Isn't that something? And the guy who discovered the plant was named Huckle. A black man. Oh yes, they made it into a whole fiction, not even recognizing that the black man discovered the plant and showed it to the white man. There are quite a few herbs named after black people. Oh yes. Acacia is one. Acacia is another herb named after a black man. Quite a few. There was other herbs that they killed black people over once they discovered what they were. But nonetheless, I'm saying a lot of our history is wrapped in fiction. So when we gotta go retrieve it, you gotta get past all the European stuff. But we use bilberry. That helps you with diabetes mellitus. We use bitter melon. They sell it in the store. Go wherever the Latinos go, you'll see bitter melon. It's a long melon, got little streaks in it, bitter melon, good for diabetes mellitus. There's cinnamon, named after the god Ammon, which you say amen, which is the form of the god Ammon, because the Europeans said anything powerful has to be Ammon, Ammonition, ammonia, Ammon, African god, you see. So you get cinnamon, that's good for diabetes mellitus. There's a mineral good for diabetes mellitus called vanadium. V as in victory. V as in victory. The V as in, you got the pen.
Yes.
V as in victory. Anadium. That's the mineral for diabetes mellitus. That can get rid of diabetes mellitus in 3 months. Simple. There's a vitamin for that called chromium. That's used for diabetes mellitus, chromium. Oh yes. So you have mineral I gave you, vanadium, chromium, that's a vitamin. You have the herb, bilberry, bitter melon, peach leaves we used to use long ago, but probably hard to get. But you can get bilberry. You can get bitter melon. You can get cinnamon. They sell it as a season in the store. I'm telling you stuff, you can get it. This is no mystery here. I'm saying you got to help the body do what it knows how to do. Sustain life. That's the body's only product is life. So that's what I do. I sustain life. That's my product. So you got to help the body do what it has to do. Again, now you know intellectually what causes diabetes mellitus. Now you know intellectually how to help diabetes mellitus. And if you keep doing it, you have an emotional problem. That's all I'm saying. You're flat out crazy. But you got to be gentle with brothers and sisters. Say, Dr. Afrika, you're too harsh. I mean, you don't have to say that. I mean, you're just too harsh. Why you got to talk like that? Because we ain't got much time. We don't. We run out of time. We're dropping. We're in dialysis. You go to dialysis caused by sugar, pulling all the moisture out of the kidneys. And it causes the kidneys to fail. But it doesn't have to be sugar directly. It can be things that turn into sugar quickly, such as bleached white flour, white potatoes, chips. All of those things turn pasta you call it. All of those things turn into sugar quickly. Pasta, bleached white flour, chips. Doesn't have to be sugar directly, it can be things turn into sugar real quick. That sort of thing. So you got to get away from those things and eat things in their whole natural condition. You want whole wheat. You want brown rice. Can you follow me? You don't even have to eat starch to get diabetes. You can just eat meat. Because people eat meat to get a hold of the oil, and the oil breaks down into sugar. A high fried food diet will do the same thing. getting into the science of it all. People get scared when I get into science and start talking all that science stuff. The white people taught me, they get all scared, oh my God, what is a pancreas, Yeah, they get real scared. The pancreas is a gland in your body that helps stimulate this hormone called insulin. Insulin is a hormone, better known as a steroid. I think you heard of that. Insulin is a very strong steroid. It's a mineral salt. It is a salt. In chemistry, we have minerals, and some of them taste salty, and we call them mineral salts. One of the things that tastes salty is sodium, so you just call sodium salt. But there's a whole lot of mineral salts, and over 100 of them, of minerals that taste salty. That's all it means. So there are a lot of those things, but when you get into chemistry, you get kind of lost. Say, why are you calling it salt when it isn't a salt? Because it tastes salty. These are Greeks. They're not smart. Greeks are very dumb people. And people that follow Greeks are very dumb. I had to study the Greeks. But to study the Greeks, you have to know Greek mythology. You have to know where these gods are coming from, you see. You have to know why did they call this a deltoid? Why did they call this a trapezoid? Why did they call this a deltoid? Why did they call this a bicep? Why did they call this latissimus dorsal? You see, you have to get into the mythology, understand what the hell are they doing here. You see, then you go back and you look at your history and you say, gosh, this is what they're doing. They're making me learn European culture by naming our body after European gods, you see. And who are these gods and what do they do? What is Lactus? Lactus is the god of homosexuality. So all the white boys want big lats, wings they call them, you see. Pecus is the god of deceit, it's hairy. What you call pectoralis muscle, guys want big pecs, because their chest, Europeans have hair on it, so that's a hairy god, Pecus, you see. A god of deceit, because it hides the chest. God of deceit and deception. So you want deceit, deception, so you build big pecs. You see, that's why the Europeans like the way the body looks, because it looks like Europe to them. Chinese bodies are built different. Chinese athletes taken out of their temples are not built like Greek athletes, because Chinese athletes look like China. Greek athletes look like Greece. You want to be in control of deceit and deception, get big pectoralis muscles. You want to be in control of homosexuality, you get the big lattice muscles. You see? Yeah, they're going into their culture, they're slipping white into you some kind of way. But to you, you're just sitting there all innocent. You say, oh, it's just learning muscles. No, you're learning Europe. You learn how to be white. But that's not your job, you see. That's my job to tell you what's going on. Your job is just to make it as healthy as you can so you can hear what I'm saying. Because when you eat sugar, you don't hear half of what I'm saying. You say, when am I going to get out of here? Damn, I'm missing out on my sugar fix. I want to go get some chewing gum, something sweet. You're not even paying attention to me. You're sugar drunkards. Nothing personal. A lot of my friends are sugar drunkards. No, they aren't. Well, my best friends, no, they did. No, it was another subject altogether. I did have a white friend, but he died. Or did I poison him? It was one of those things that happened. Another subject. We're going to have to edit that out because I'm still on some legal restrictions here. It's like in a war when you're a soldier, and I was in a war, so you have a supervisor, you don't get along with him, so you put a grenade under his bed. When he sits on the springs, it pulls the spring off and you blow him up. I had some supervisors, but I liked all of them. Let's put it that way. You got it. Anyways, let's go back to nutrition before I end up in jail in the UK, China, Pakistan, all these countries I was in. So, in any case, we're just trying to get to understand the diabetes mellitus and the impact it has on the body. And I'm saying there's hormones made by this gland called the pancreas. One of those hormones is called insulin.